The notice is out earlier, but we are going to be doing a wacky news roundup today, not to be confused with tomorrow's weekly news roundup. Also, I have decided that tomorrow afternoon-ish, maybe 2-ish or so, I will know better tomorrow. I will be doing a special live stream reading the new free science fiction short story, Lockdown. I'll be reading that on a live stream. I was going to do it just on Discord, but there's so few people over there, it would have probably been more fruitless. So if I just go ahead and read it in the middle of the day on, on a Friday on YouTube, hey, no big deal. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then I might actually lock that down. So I'll record it and then maybe I'll edit it, maybe I won't, but I will, after that it's read, I will make the link available, and it is hey, download it, read it, freely distribute it to all your friends, whatever else. So that's kind of the book. So that's coming on down the pipeline. That should be tomorrow sometime. So yes, we will also have a weekly news roundup tomorrow. So that means tomorrow I will probably get no other real work done, but that's okay because I've not exactly had a lot of clients requesting a lot of stuff right now because everyone is perpetually locked down and their governments are all shutting them down for apparently no real reason. Including my mother's hospital. She said for the first time in a decade, they've been laying people off, and they've actually canceled several of their nursing staff. And they have nobody at their hospital, and because nobody's tripping over themselves dying. There are 17 cases in her county. She said one of them is in the hospital, and it's not exactly a bad case. How you guys doing?
Good.
I got cussed out by my neighbor a couple hours ago.
Were you not wearing your mask? Were you not social distancing?
My dog was relieving himself in his yard.
Oh, boy.
So he felt he had to express his displeasure in the strongest terms possible. So
Okay, tell him, get away from me. I'll cough on you.
that's what I thought about. I was like, it wouldn't be very Christian, but it would be funny.
Excuse me. I'll come get him. Somebody wrote this up and I don't know who wrote this, but this is actually the community tab note on a wonderful channel called Blue Collar Logic. A couple of classical conservative liberals. They have one of them actually lives in a trailer in Los Angeles area, and the other one, we're talking like a camper. And then the other one does more freelance video-y stuff. So excellent channel. Shout out to Blue Collar Logic if you are looking for something interesting. But this was on their community tab. He says, I don't know who wrote this, but I'd like to buy him or her a drink. If there was still a saloon open in the planet anyway. Cheers. Here are the official... what word do we want to use today? Here are the official human malware guidelines.
Yes.
All right. Basically, you can't leave the house for any reason, but if you have to, then you can. Masks are useless, but maybe you have to wear one. It can save you. It is useless, but maybe it is mandatory as well. Stores are closed, except the stores that are open. You should not go to hospitals unless you have to go there. Same applies to doctors. You should only go there in case of emergency, provided you are not too sick. This virus is deadly, but still not too scary, except that sometimes it actually leads to a global disaster. Gloves won't help, but they can still help. Everyone needs to stay home, but if it's important, go out. There's no shortage of groceries in the supermarket, but there are so many things missing when you go there in the evening, but not in the morning, sometimes. The virus has no effect on children except those it affects. Animals are not affected, but there is still a cat tested positive in Belgium in February where no one has been tested, plus a few tigers here and there. You may have symptoms when you are sick, but you can also get sick without symptoms. You can have symptoms without being sick or be contagious and having no symptoms. Oh my. In order to get sick, you have to eat well. Let's see. In order not to get sick, you have to eat well and exercise, but eat whatever you have on hand, and it's better not to go out. But, well, no. It's better to get some fresh air, but you get looked at very wrong when you get some fresh air. And most importantly, you don't go to parks or walk. Don't sit down, except that you can do that now if you're old, but not for too long, or if you are pregnant, but not too old. You can't go to retirement homes, but you have to take care of the elderly and bring food and medication. If you are sick, you can't go out, but you can go to the pharmacy. You can get restaurant food delivered to the house, which may have been prepared by people who didn't wear masks or gloves, but you have to have your groceries decontaminated outside for 3 hours. Pizza, too.
Sorry, pizza.
Every disturbing article or disturbing interview starts with, I don't want to trigger Panic's butt. You can't
It's
see
like
your...
saying, I'm not a racist, but...
Yeah.
It's like, like, okay, you're a racist and you're about to start a panic. Go ahead.
You can see your older mother or grandmother, but you can take... you can't see your older mother or grandmother, but you can take a taxi and meet an older taxi driver. You can walk around with a friend, but not with your family if they don't live under the same roof. You are safe if you maintain the appropriate social distance, but you can't go out with friends or strangers at safe social distances. The virus remains active on different services for 2 hours. No, 4. No, 6. Oh, didn't we say hours? Maybe days? But it takes a damp environment. Oh, no, not necessarily. The virus stays in the air. Well, no, or yes, or maybe especially in a closed room. In 1 hour, a sick person can infect 10. So if it falls on all of our children were already infected at school before it was closed, but remember, if you stay at the recommended social distances, however, in certain circumstances, you should remain at the greater distance, which studies show the virus can travel further, maybe. We count the number of deaths, but we don't know how many people are actually infected, as we only have tested so far those who are almost dead to find out what they will die of. We have no treatment except that they may be that one treatment that is apparently dangerous unless you take too much, which in that case is with all medications. We should stay locked up until the virus disappears, but it will only disappear if we achieve collective immunity. So when it circulates, but we must no longer be locked up for that. Very interesting post from Blue Collar Logic. Interesting. So we are monitoring on it. Discord.
All
You guys
very good points.
Yeah.
Definitely interesting. All right, and not OBS. YouTube's yelling at me for a bad stream session. I'm pushing like 5 KB per second. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Greetings. Let's see. Moonbase Alpha Grays is here. Greetings, Room 2. How's it going there, Tech? How's it going? Hi, Tech. How are you?
Hey.
Jimmy the Noob, hello. Steve Gunnick, greetings. Hello, Steve Paul. Rex Warden, YouTube pro tip, get closer to the live point of your video. Set the stream to play at double speed. It will go back to normal when it catches up. Mine doesn't go back to normal. Mine will just sit there, and it'll buffer for 3 seconds, and then it plays 3 seconds, and it buffers 3 seconds, and it drives me crazy. Maybe that's what I get for using WaterFox. But none of the other browsers I tried works well. Like, I've been trying Dissenter browser. I am this close to uninstalling it. It's like every other web page. I thought it was just YouTube. Every other web page. Oh, snap. Something went wrong. Every web page. Dissenter. Figure yourself out. Brave doesn't do that, does it? Anybody using Brave?
I thought about it, but I can't get Brave on the Pinebook Pro. So, Firefox is still the only browser that's everywhere that works consistently. Like, Chromium does not work consistently across all my devices.
I think I'm going to do, Chromium works, but I'm using Chromium for writing done right. So that's taken up. WaterFox is still working, except I can't participate in live chats, and any comments that I post and any community tab things I post don't show up. They show up for me, but they don't show up. It's kind of interesting.
That's not good.
For me using Brave. For me using Brave, I did try it, but then I was a little bit suspicious in how they did things, so then I just completely uninstalled it. Maybe I'll try it again because I'm still interested, but there's just some concerns.
Yeah, I'm going to. I think maybe in the next couple of days, I'm going to install it on the Arch system and see if that will actually play. Like, I would like to use Dissenter for YouTube, but the thing every other web page, it's just random times it just crashes. I have no idea why.
Yeah.
Nilva. Nilva Vunner in chat says Vivaldi is based on Chromium.
Vivaldi works so stinking bad. Vivaldi is such a crappy browser. Every single time I've used it, it is crashing every other time. It takes forever to load something, and it terminally sucks. That's my experience on my Arch computer. What's that?
I had such high hopes for Vivaldi because isn't it made by the person who made Opera originally?
Well, Dan uses Vivaldi and likes it, but I cannot get it to work on this computer. I don't know why. WaterFox works fine, except YouTube is killing it. Chromium works fine.
Yeah.
Firefox might work fine, but
Yeah.
I don't use Firefox with Google stuff. I save Firefox for non-Google things. Maybe what I should do is I should put Firefox back on YouTube and put WaterFox for my generic search term browser. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, but as for Opera, nobody should be using Opera.
No,
it
not
got
anymore.
bought by a Chinese company, and then they did a lot of suspicious things. Opera is just like really small market share.
Mhm.
It's not a good browser anymore. I used to use it a long
Used
time
to
ago
love
when it was
Opera.
so popular,
Yeah.
but
Back in the
yeah, I
Rex,
used to like it. But.
Rex Warden gives us this wonderful tip here. You're not allowed to go anywhere but the grocery store. We want everybody in the city to congregate in half a dozen places to prevent contamination. Pro tip.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Ashen Snap, how's it going there? Mr. Banana Man, the only reason I don't leave the house is because I have a compromised immune system, and that makes me high risk. There you go. Yep.
Wise choice.
Okay. Some of you are looking a little green. I'm looking a little green because I have my green light.
Do you have live chat on? Because if not, that doesn't read right.
Wait, what?
I said, hello, all you fellow grays. I said, and some of you are
Oh.
looking a little green. But if you don't have live chat on, it pulls them far apart.
Yeah. Yeah. Space Pirate, greetings. Let's see. Simple Tech, how's it going there? I tried telling my mother this and explained to her her herd immunity. She thinks I'm crazy, but she continues to watch her NBC. I know, I'm telling you. My friend's mother was going crazy about it. She finally looked at her and said, Mother, stop watching the news. So she stopped watching the news and she's calmed down. She's like perfectly fine. She's just like, all right, I'm just going to get over my day, get things done, enjoy life, stop watching the news. She stopped watching the news and she's no longer like running around like, we're all gonna die. She's like, calm now. It's shocking. We should just ban the news. If we should want to ban anything, let's ban the news.
Well,
Be censorship.
Yeah,
it's the mainstream media, I guess, that what they call it, because technically you can go on the internet and find a bunch of news articles, but I guess it just depends on which news source you're getting. But it's you that's watching it that interprets it in very different ways. So I think you should probably limit your news source and everything. Just make sure that you take time off.
Yes and no. We need to have a variety, a diversity in news sources, so we're not getting, one guy's opinions. But the challenge that we have is a lot of your I think we were talking about this with a couple other channels. We're talking about this, what you call the legacy media. The legacy media, they all parrot the same thing. Their intention is to get people all fired up, all scared, because it causes them clicks. You want to see what's next. You want to see what the next thing is. Even the Weather Channel. Do you guys? I don't know if you guys use the Weather Channel or not. But since there's really not any good open source weather applications, I tie a Weather Channel hot button directly into my Firefox Clar, which kills all the cookies anyway. So even if you use the Weather Channel, probably the app does this as well, but just on the website, they have redesigned their zip code weather page to have a COVID-19 button down there. Let me see that one. I'll show you guys now. The little red button down there in the corner. Yeah. It's literally a COVID-19 that will show you the Johns Hopkins data for the zip code that your thing is currently going on to. And all the Johns Hopkins data is false,
wholeheartedly support this. It is good for everyone, certainly.
Yeah, in Canada, it's called the Weather Network.
Yeah. Neil, if you runner, Vivaldi, what am I talking about? Vivaldi's based on Chromium. Just because it's based on Chromium doesn't mean it is Chromium. They can do a lot of different things because Brave is based on Chromium and Dissenter is based on Chromium and every other web browser out there outside of Firefox and Safari is based on Chromium, but they can still behave and function differently. Chromium works just fine over here. Vivaldi doesn't. It just doesn't. Epiphany is over here. I think that's based on Chrome. That doesn't work. WaterFox does, Firefox does, Chrome does. I'm going to try Brave and see if Brave works.
The Weather Channel is an IBM company. I didn't know that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
IBM?
Yep.
Why should we trust IBM?
They were the Weather Channel's apps were caught harvesting a lot of data to feed into Watson to teach Watson the bunch of AI stuff.
Ah, well.
It's the interstellar brain monsters. That's what
Even
it is.
with Internet Explorer 3 and Windows 3.11 works for me, except some sites use JavaScript, not and are supported by. Internet Explorer 3 also does not support the current models of SSL, I believe.
Probably not, given
let's
how old
see.
Internet Explorer 3 is.
Okay, let's see. The virus is a farce. I agree with you. For the most part. I mean, there's certainly some high-risk populations, but my mother is convinced that everybody's already had this in her area because they had that weird unknown flu-like illness that went around their hospital back in January, and everyone was testing negative for the flu, but had all the signs and symptoms. And they're going, I wonder if that's what it is. And a new report out of California somewhere, and I think another one out of Germany, where they're actually doing antibody tests, that 30 to 50% of people already have the immunity to the virus. And that's the peer-reviewed science. That's what you're not going to hear that on the mainstream news, but that's what the peer-reviewed medical journals are telling us. Very interesting, which I'll get back in and do some more of those eventually. All right, shall we do the first section news? We're going to do the news in sections so that I don't have 1,000,001 things crashing my browser at the same time. Are we ready for the first round of news?
Yep.
So I broke it down like this. I have just some generics. I have just four or five articles of Florida Man that are not the most exciting, and I have a whole lot of exciting COVID wacky news. So we'll do the general ones first, and then I'll let you guys decide, should we do the COVID next or the Florida next? I haven't decided yet. So let's go ahead and pull up my article view here if I can. All right, Article 1. Woman gives birth in the toilet paper aisle of a Springfield Walmart.
Walmart stores are always funny.
I mean,
we
you
call
get the
them
diversity.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Tuck.
So that's why we call them wall Martians.
Yeah, I mean, you can get anything there. I mean, you take a trip. Of course, we did the story on the Weekly News Roundup a couple months ago or so, where Walmart's trying to become like the one-stop, for your medical, one-stop med shop. You go in and schedule an appointment for a checkup and things like that. So just go to Walmart to get to deliver your baby. There was a nurse nearby, and the store manager's holding up a sheet up here, so they got a sheet off the thing. Then the store manager's up there holding up a sheet. There's a nurse out there, push in the middle of the aisle, Baby being delivered on aisle 5. Baby being delivered on aisle 5.
Did I say baby liver on aisle 5?
Yeah. We have no toilet paper here, but if you want to see something interesting. Unknown if there was any toilet paper on the aisle, but she was hanging out in the aisle, and she says her water broke. And she's like, oh, my God, this is actually going to happen, says the store manager. Hinkle said the woman warned the store associates that her last child came in just 30 minutes. When the woman's water broke in the toilet paper aisle, she was prepared to go into labor right there. We were like, what do we do now? She said. Another lady comes around the corner and says, I'm a labor nurse. Can I help? What a coincidence. So here's a labor nurse, specifically a labor nurse. All right, let's see if we can get the optometrist over there. Maybe it's an optometrist gynecologist combination. I don't know.
It's like, oh, we gotta sterilize the area. We're sold out of hand sanitizer. What are we gonna do?
Go to the liquor aisle.
It's all gone.
We should make Walmart the story or something, like a book just about Walmart stores, we could make something very interesting.
There is that exciting people at Walmart.com. That's always fun to go through again. Does that still exist? I don't know.
Safe for work.
Probably not. I mean, sometimes. But anyway, yeah, so Springfield firefighters rushed to the store to help deliver the baby girl. The typical fire department that shops in our store, they were pretty proud of themselves. All right. Took her out on the gurney where the customers were, of course, gathered, and she kind of raised her hand. Everyone clapped for her. The Walmart birth was a touch of happiness. I wonder if she'll name the baby Sam. All right, final thoughts. How's it going there, Simple Tech? Oh, you're muted. All right. Greetings. All right.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
All right. Cool. Anything else on the Walmart story, or should we move to the next one?
Walmart. Blech.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
All right. So a dog steals a set of false teeth and wears them perfectly, leaving the owner in stitches. Unfortunately, the rest of us can too. There's actually video here. Are you ready for this video? Exciting video.
Yes,
let
please.
me turn the music down. Look at this dog. Oh, he's like, she's got my teeth. She's got my teeth. Oh, Lance. So yeah.
Oh, it's like a yap dog.
Yeah, a little yappy dog with steals the guy's teeth and somehow manages to get them right on. I don't know. Maybe he put them in there, but
like right on and
yeah.
He looks like he's got a really bad overbite.
Yeah, it does. It does. Right, kitty? You want to see the puppy? You want to see the puppy, kitty cat? Look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. He's like, what is that thing?
My goodness.
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
A British Vicar catches fire while waiting for God's answer.
Oh, is this supposed to be a vicar?
Yeah. So he let's see. He got more than expected from his first attempt at an online sermon. So apparently he's doing an online sermon. And hazards are working from home. You know, hey, at least he's doing his church online. That's good. He's getting online. He's doing the social distancing thing, and he gets a little bit too close to the candle there and catches on fire. And so, burnt offering maybe, I don't know. But yeah.
Just gonna say the Lord hates a liar.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure this is not my pastor.
Yeah, I think it's over in UK. I think so.
No, it's not North
in
Carolina.
Plymouth, Southwest England. So he's getting his congregation to reflect and just lean in. This kind of reminds me of when one of my uncles got married.
It happens. I mean,
the photographer backed up into the candles and caught on fire. It was kind of exciting. Sadly, he was the guy holding the camera. So when we did get some amateur video footage of it, so
you'd have to know my pastor to understand that. He's very passionate about what he does, which is very good, but he's liable to do something like that one day.
Yeah.
Just back up not thinking,
Just saying, burnt offerings are an Old Testament thing, not the New.
Yeah, we don't want to have a burnt offering right now.
Right. No longer need those.
It's the coronavirus. I mean, the human malware.
This is the time though when you really need the people in your presence, because if it was him all alone, man, his house could have burnt down. But if he had a good congregation behind him, man, they would have been up there taking off their coats, putting them out a lot quicker. I mean, I hope he got everything out in time.
But like the 1970s coats that are like a flammable, like they're made out of like that flame like movie paper.
The flash paper.
Immediately.
Yep.
Everything is made out of oil.
Yeah, there you go. All right, next. Let's see. Oh, I don't really need the weather there. Thank you. A man is facing charges after a high-speed chase on I-5 with his pit bull in the driver's seat.
Pit bull? Oh.
I didn't actually watch the article. I believe that YouTube lawyer Steve Leto actually covered this article as well, and I actually did not get a chance to watch his video, and I kind of wish I had now. But basically, he was trying to teach his dog how to drive. So he had the dog in the front seat with him, and I guess trying to teach him how to do the whole steering thing, 10 and 2. And he got into a high-speed chase with the troopers down there. And this is in Seattle. Where's Pizza Loving Nerd? Pizza, this is in your neck of the woods. They're in King County. And so it was when they finally pulled the car over, the dog was the one in the driver's seat. So he got ticketed. They said the vehicle was traveling over 100 miles an hour when they began pursuing it. So I don't know where that dog was going, but man.
Yeah.
He was saying woof, woof. And I think Tech, you sent
Yeah.
me this one. Michael Jackson is alive. Is that this one came from you, right?
Oh yeah, for real, man.
All right. Michael
know it.
Jackson is
King
alive.
lives.
So for you guys that were all concerned, I mean, Michael Jackson's death was, I mean, almost in a way like, JFK or Martin Luther King Jr. Whatever. If you
just a
you
little
remember
bit
where
odd.
you were when it happened, right? I was actually at. Speaking of this forensics hat, I get asked about a lot. I was actually at the forensics workshop. We were at our final wrap up dinner for the forensics workshop where I got this hat the day that Michael Jackson died. I remember that. It was interesting. It was kind of like, kind of surreal. I had to go home and listen to me some Michael Jackson, get over it a little bit, And anyway, you could do this, I don't know. Should we do a maybe not safe for work joke? I mean, it's Michael Jackson jokes. We got to,
I was
right?
about to say, I'm not easily offended, so.
After Michael Jackson died, they sold his body to the Lego company so he could continue to play with the little boys the rest of his life. Oh yeah, that's a bad one.
You're
I
gonna want to edit
probably
that out.
know some really bad Michael Jackson jokes too, but I'm not going to repeat those here.
Susan, will kick you
That
off
one's
your-
tame.
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about. That's a funny part, all right. But not so funny at the same time, right? It's serious, but just what we know.
Yeah. In all fair defense, I do like Michael Jackson's work. I thought he was an interesting, controversial guy. And for the record, I don't actually think any of this kind of stuff was. I don't think he did any of this kind of stuff, just based on looking at all the evidence and things. One of the
I don't know.
greatest lines of
I don't know.
evidence is actually Corey Feldman, because
Yeah.
Corey Feldman wants to actively expose the problems with that kind of stuff in Hollywood.
Which is
And
great.
during the Michael Jackson cases, they came to interview him because he knew Michael Jackson as a child. They spent a lot of time together, and they kept on coming in and asking him, and he says, no. He says, Michael Jackson's just fine. If you would like to know who you should be investigating, I'll give you a list right now. And they didn't want to listen to that. They were just too busy trying to, find some kid who would
Bring down
give
the
them
king.
some reason to prosecute him. So
What I don't understand is Prince.
Mhm.
Prince, my God, look at him. How do you not suspect him? I've got a client call. I'll come back.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the only thing I really know about Prince is that he's the only guy that would never let Weird Al use his stuff, which is kind of sad because we missed out on
Yeah.
some great Weird Al songs because of
Yeah, I was
that.
about to say, think
But-
about what great songs
but
Weird Al could have made
For
us.
fun trivia, what musician actually helped Weird Al write the parodies of his songs? Anybody know?
Oh, even then I wouldn't.
Oh God, it's like
No.
right. Oh, who? As a
I
musician,
don't
you
think
said?
about that
Mhm.
stuff.
There's one artist who actually helped Michael Jackson write his parodies.
Michael Jackson or Weird Al?
It was Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Michael
okay,
Jackson
okay,
is
really.
credited with helping to write both Fat and Eat It.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, okay, now that makes sense. Yeah, that's I was gonna get there.
Absolutely. I could have
Yeah.
thrown out the other hint. What other? I believe Michael Jackson's the only musician that Weird Al parodied more than one song. I could be wrong on that one, but
Well,
at least
yeah,
as
many
of
songs.
a while ago. I mean, I haven't followed him stuff for a while. But anyway, there's the first section. Should we come back and do Florida Man next or COVID news next? And I honestly think the COVID news is definitely more exciting. So I'd almost rather do that one last.
I was about to say, you
Are we
already
okay
said
with-
that.
Are we okay with Florida Man
Florida
next?
Florida Man.
Yeah, let's just go Florida, man.
All right.
Let's
let
go.
me,
What's happening in Florida?
Let me boot up Florida Man. Apologies if anything auto plays before I get it turned off. There's probably some stuff here because these wacky news sites are just crazy with their autoplay crap. So if anything peeks through, I'll get it shut off pretty quick. But I can't mute the desktop audio because I'll end up muting my panel. All right. But we did find some. And there's a couple. Whoa, something's over here.
Well,
What's
this is
that
a story
one?
you have to see. A good Samaritan
No.
goes viral after
Which one
tipping his
is it?
delivery drivers.
Which one is it? Oh, it's the one that's telling me I need to enable DRM. All right, are we ready? Anything else? It's actually, hold on. We need to check in on the comments first.
Florida.
Alrighty, let's see. Grades are hard to see. Doing good. All right, let's see. Firefox is based on the open source version of Netscape Navigator, previously Mosaic. Yes, we are aware of the origins.
Rex
All
Warden
right.
is laying
Yeah.
down the facts on the conspiracy.
All right. Oh, who is? Oh, Rex Warren. My brother and mother were extremely ill for about 2 weeks, but slowly recovered. Yep, sounds like the plain old flu to me.
Oh no, wait till no, that's go down. Go down.
Oh, there's
further.
more. All right,
You'll
I'll get there.
You'll get
I'll
there
get there.
about Michael.
All right. Okay. Greetings from Scotland. Hello, Grant. From Scotland. Loving the volume of the live streams at the moment. Keep up the good work. All right. Well, there is an extra live stream tomorrow, actually, in the afternoon for you guys overseas, too. Let's see. It does still exist. It hasn't been updated in a while. There you go. Save the Lord. Let's get burnt food. Sacrifice. Why is that book so close to the candle? To make it exciting. Why not? Why not? Okay, went out for a bike ride this morning. Took my action cam with me to record 720p video. Then edited live. The video is 16 minutes long. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Still wish I had the right hand drive car so I could put Muppets and whatnot in the driver's seat and mess with people. Opera's
saw
okay
this.
for YouTube, not available in
Hilarious.
your country. There you go. Am I getting there? Tim Pool covered a Ring doorbell story. I haven't watched Tim Pool in a while. He kind of started to drive me crazy. Let's see. He's too young to know it was when it died. Let's see. Kind of strange how the people made the claims were children of lawyers who worked with Sony, but Sony somehow got the Beatles catalog that MJ wouldn't sell them after he died. Yeah, kind of funny, huh? Funny, huh? You do know how Michael Jackson got the Beatles rights, right? He was, they were up for auction, and Paul McCartney went there to get them, and he actually asked Michael Jackson to come with him just in case anybody outbid Paul McCartney, because Michael Jackson could outbid anybody, and he just kind of said, no, I wanted him, so he kind of pissed off Paul McCartney. Didn't know you had so many YouTube channels that you're just a Linux dude. Yes, so I have 4 channels. I have the Linux channel. I have a Christian channel, which we'll be doing a live stream for that tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a Writing Done Right channel, which is about using free and open source software to be an author, of which I've written 6 books, and soon to be 7 and 8 and 9 coming out in the next few months. And I have the cooking channel, which I just did one the other day. If you guys have not jumped over to the cooking channel in a while, because of the supporters last week said, hey, take a day off on Switch to Linux to make sure we get some good cooking videos. So that's what I'm doing for a while. I will be skipping either Monday or Tuesday's video to focus on the cooking stuff. And I'll probably get out 2 a month is what my goal is. And last week I did a ham and bean soup from scratch. All right. First retracted, and the first one retracted his claim saying his dad forced him to go along with the story to get a settlement. Yes. I do remember that. We got a reference of Prince and Amish Prince. Yeah, there's a few references to Prince scattered around. Mostly little subtle things made by sub companies to sell more of their stuff. All right, did I miss the good conspiracy theory one?
No, that was what Rex was saying. It was like
Oh,
kind of strange how people would, so it's tying in Sony and all that. So.
Yeah. My cooking channel is called Home Cooking Hacks. You can find it. It's actually should be linked on the homepage for Switch to Linux as well. All right. Are we ready to go into Florida Man news? Let's head on over to Florida.
Yeah.
Where's Ricky at? Where are all my Florida guys?
Florida man.
All right. Florida Man hangs giant toilet paper roll in the front yard. Yeah, baby.
I almost sent you
okay.
this article.
So this guy actually uses this hoisty thing to hang Christmas decorations, Easter decorations, all sorts of things. So he made a giant toilet paper roll hang in his yard. So my apologies to his neighbors. Some people have already hijacked trucks full of toilet paper, fighting over stores. I mean, that's exciting. Florida man sets hospital bed on fire to get nurses' attention, police say. No one was injured. This guy looks like a pyro, doesn't he?
Wow.
So apparently he was in the in the hospital room, and they were ignoring his buzzer or whatever, and so he finally sets the hospital bed on fire.
How did he manage that?
He had a Bic lighter with him.
Isopropyl alcohol. Like, it's very common in hospitals, right? You can just light it up, and it's kind of pretty easy, right?
Yeah, but he had a Bic lighter, so he's just like
Yeah, so he's able to light
set
it.
on fire.
Just gonna light on these very flammable bed sheets.
Yep. According to the hospital's administrator, the bed was damaged beyond repair and a new one had to be ordered, which cost $4,000. King was originally admitted to the hospital for respiratory failure and admitted he had no intention of harming himself or anyone else. Oh, respiratory failure. I think he had some human malware, didn't he?
When he passes away, he's gonna go in the human malware category.
That's right. Human malware category. How'd he die? Well, he really burnt to death on a bed, but
he had symptoms, so putting in
all
the
right.
human malware.
Let's see if I can get this article here or not. Okay, I think that's what I had to do on USA Today. It's like, okay, USA Today. This is why you're losing revenue. I'd like to please let me see this thing, but every time it's like jumps all over the place. It's like, would you like me to read your stuff or not? This is why the legacy media is dying. But anyway, Florida man tries to escape cops by stripping naked. Ribeyes fell out of his pants. Oh,
all
boy.
that extra meat will weigh you down when you're trying to run from the police. Like,
yeah, well, you know, he was hindered by his meat. Oh boy. So Daytona Beach, Florida. Oh man, where's Brian? This is Brian's town, man. So a shoplifting suspect tried to get away from the grocery store, stripped naked, and steaks tumbled out of his pants, the police said. Police said they found Stephen Short. Maybe there wasn't much meat there at all. Of Deland, Florida, running out of the store in the Buff, and he refused to stop. Officers shot him with a taser. The incident occurred Friday night at the Save-A-Lot.
God, a Save-A-Lot. Oh, that is so Southern. That's such a Southern thing.
Save-A-Lot.
Yeah.
There's one of those, I think there's one of those in Franklin, PA, right? It's like old
Franklin,
dead town.
like, small town in the middle of nowhere.
Small town, middle of nowhere, exactly. Like literally in the middle of the woods, pops up, little save a spot there. Yeah. So officers were sent to the store and were told Short was being pinned to the ground by a manager and a civilian, but he was fighting them, police said. Witnesses reported to the police that he attempted to get away. Short wriggled out of his clothes. Police said he stole 4 packs of ribeye steaks valued at $41.24. Short was charged with resisting an officer without violence, resisting 3 store employees while committing a theft and first-degree petty theft. He was held without bail Monday. Held without bail for $40? Well, I mean, I guess attempting. Well, honestly, though, attempting to flee the police will probably get you a lot more. That's probably what it was for.
Resisting arrest, probably.
That's the one that'll put you in. So if you're stealing $40 worth of steaks, guys, and the police say stop, you stop. Okay?
Yeah.
Because for $40, they're going to write you a citation and give you a court date. You got to show up. You run from the police, you're going to jail. Okay?
Well, they could get you an indecent exposure as well, and if you're sick, they could say it's assault with a deadly weapon if you were to throw yourself at a police officer.
I just read the last line of the article. Ow! Ow! Short was taken to the hospital if it was discovered that a taser prong stuck him in the genitals.
Ooh.
Ouch!
Ooh.
Oh!
A little more tender than we wanted.
Oh!
Oh god.
I sense this video is going to be demonetized.
I think so. We already passed the point of no return, I think.
I think so. All right, Florida man accused of stabbing dog, then put it in a hot oven. He was in a wet market. What can we say? He was trying to cook the Wuhan out.
As the WHO says, wet markets are perfectly fine.
I'm telling you. All right, so Lee County, Florida man accused of abusing a dog before killing it and then placing the animal in an oven. I mean, at least he wasn't wasting it, right?
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, boy. They were called to the home by a neighbor who said he was making threats. When detectives respond to the home, deputies found several pools of blood outside and bloody footprints near the rear entrance. Once detectives began a search warrant of the home, they discovered a body of a dead dog in the kitchen oven, which had been turned to its highest settings. Detectives say he stabbed the dog numerous times, beaten and brutalized the dog prior to having it placed it in the oven. I'm speechless. He
This story
says.
is just sad. I thought we were
I'm
going
telling
for
you.
funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's what do Florida men do? I mean,
Yeah,
that's
Florida.
crazy. All right, Florida man threatened to
roll.
shoot up a supermarket because people were not wearing masks.
And then this.
Oh my
What
god.
is wrong with Florida?
I
62-year-old.
don't-
Yeah, 62-year-old man, Florida man, was arrested this week, accusing of threatening to shoot up a local Publix supermarket because there weren't enough people wearing masks. This, people, is what's wrong with this giant world. You got the Karen Patrol coming out. Is his name King Karen? Apparently, he made the threat on a Facebook post. He said he threatened a. I don't think I can say that word on YouTube either. Let's see, a large target practicing thing, because he was upset not enough people, in his opinion, were wearing masks outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Threatening to throw projectiles at very high speeds.
Well, just buy the mask yourself and give it to them instead. Like
Or
the,
here's
like
a
many
thought.
solutions for that.
If you're really this concerned, stay at home. And the guy's 62. He can sign up for that special senior citizen walkthrough day at Walmart, right? Isn't the cutoff at like 60 at that? Where you can go in special hours and they're taking extra precautions.
He probably doesn't know how to get online, man, to
Yeah.
learn this.
Well, I don't know. Very true. Very true. All right, let's check back in on comments, then we'll do our COVID news.
Rex having a group sprayer session. Good one. Good one.
All right,
Well done.
let me find the cooking channel link for you guys that want that. I told you guys what it is, but here is a link to it, so you can find it. All right. Bit of a delay with the live chat. Yes, there is. So if I don't hear your comments right away, there is a delay. Play the stream at 2x speed. Play the stream 2x speed at a lot more close to the point. I'm about 10 seconds behind, but there's a full minute behind when I open up the stream. There you go. All right. Epic. Florida man stash. Oh, boy. Let me leave the planet. Yeah, pirates got the oil tanker. Human malware. That's right. Ads galore on USA Today. And people are like, people just aren't consuming news anymore. Well, the reason why is we can't access your site. I went to your site to read your article, not to have 15 things pop up in my way. Oh, lordy. Space Pirate loves Daytona. Space Pirate, put that oil tanker back down. All right. Carefully could end up with cubed steak. I've been held without bail a few times for no reason. Oh, boy. We have Saves a Lot all around Indiana. They do have cheap prices, yeah. Human race is terrible. Yeah, it's getting worse out there, too. Okay, was he wearing a mask? I don't know. I mean, he's not wearing a mask in his mugshot photo here, that's for sure. Having a group sprayer session. Oh. Okay, been banging around for time now. All right, let me go ahead and get the somebody else say something while I get the COVID section set up.
Something.
Well, I'm just gonna be saying some random stuff. I'm kind of good at that, but probably not gonna talk much because
I am
I'm
not
kind of
yet
live.
impressed. Poor Tom over there. I don't know what kind of hardware he's running on, but he's just like he's gotta have like one set of little articles open at a time. He's gonna blow up his computer.
No, I probably could have done them all. The only reason I didn't is because of the potential for the auto playing stuff. So like two things right now are trying to auto play video on me.
You gotta mute all your tabs beforehand, dude.
Well,
Come on, man.
The issue is I came onto the computer too late. It's been a crazy day, and I was actually working. I actually started and finished the ebook for the new short story release today, so it was taking a little bit of extra time. All right, let me go and mute all my stuff now. Boom, 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 boom. Okay.
You have a sick system that's gonna be ripping the bass in the background.
Yeah. Okay, you stop. At least that one, it played muted.
I'm really liking Rex tonight, man. Oh, child of silicon, know that even death shall not stay mine soldering iron.
What? Say that again?
Rex Warden. And oh, child of silicon, know that even death shall not stay
Now what?
mine soldering old iron.
My God, what are these things doing? It's just like, this is how bad they are. It's like, they're just like jumping up all over the place. They've all been loaded for a while. I think everything's stopped now. I don't know. All right.
What I don't like about JavaScript and like web technology is how JavaScript is just able to hijack all your memory.
I don't know why you just don't use uBlock and save yourself the trouble.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I probably should. In fact, if I were on Firefox, I have it. Yeah. My system used to block all of that, and it's gotten out of date, and I got to re-update all my blocking scripts.
He's so proud of his pie hole. He's like, I don't need anything else. That's all I need.
It's just that my scripts are out of date, so I got to update my scripts. And a lot of it's just I'm just not prepared to go on these particular.
I'm sure that's what
pages.
Florida man told the cops too. I'm just out of my script.
Yeah, I guess a good thing is that if you would have a script that would be fetching the internet for ads and stuff, and would update automatically instead of doing it all manually. That's the whole point of
I
doing
do
programming,
actually have a number of them that do automatically do it, but they are not the ones that block these types of things. My hardened one blocks all that stuff too. I just got to update it. All right. We are going to start with the parody one because I just thought this parody one was just so good. So this is actually satire. This is not really happening in the world. Babylon Bee is a Christian satire, and Tech sent this to me. The China is impressed by Michigan governor's totalitarian policies. So if you don't remember or haven't heard what's going on in Michigan, it's like the most draconian state of all. Now, it's not true that she, quote, banned seeds. You can get seeds. But what is true is that they have blocked. You can't buy anything from the garden center, the furniture center, the flooring center, or the paint centers. Like you can buy things from those areas, but what you have to do, like they closed down those 4 areas because those have a higher amount of human interaction. But so they basically have to lock off those sections, but you can take the items from those sections and sell them other places in the store. So you can take the seed aisle in Michigan, move it outside the garden center, put it right up there in front of the tape that's closing off the rest of the garden center. You can still buy seeds in Michigan. I'm not sure you're allowed to go outside and plant them, but you can buy them. You can't go to your neighbor's house. You cannot even now drive to your other property in the state of Michigan. I mean, it is draconian what Michigan is doing.
Have other property, jeez.
Yeah,
if I can't have 3 or 4 properties, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life.
I know. Vote for, run for president. You know,
for unicorns. That guy's doing a unicorn. I'll be VP.
Yeah, so China is impressed by Michigan governor's totalitarian policies. We just got to read this guy because, and this is satire, guys. This one's like the only one of our batch that's not like true. This is satire. In a candid speech on Tuesday, President Xi Jinping stated he was pretty impressed by Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer's handling of the coronavirus outbreak. Oh, the human malware outbreak, bad. Specifically praising her totalitarian policies. China's dictator said he was actually a little jealous she hadn't thought of some of the ideas herself. She's had some great ideas, stopping people from gathering together, even in their families, ordering people not to buy seeds. Now they can't even plant their own food. We hadn't thought of that. These are innovative approaches, the communist president said. We're always looking for more ways to oppress people, and we're really inspired by Whitmore's approach. Not bad, Gretchen. Other dictators across the world also chimed in with words of support and affirmation for Whitmore's policies, from North Korean ruler Kim Jong-un to Supreme Leader of Iran, I can't pronounce his name. Chinese government quickly offered Governor Whitmore a consulting position with the Communist Party of China, which she readily accepted.
Glad we got one less in our country, at least.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Hat is off to you, Babylon Bee, for your wonderful satire. Let's get into, though, the true news about the human malware. Mountain goats use human malware lockdown to take over a Welsh town, video shows. Ugh. So you can actually get some screenshots here as goats running through the city. Now, I used to live out west where we legitimately did have shepherds, horse-mounted shepherds, and one day when I was driving home, they were in the process of bringing a flock of 200 sheep through town. And so, they're on the side of the road, and they're closing down the main roads through town, and there's the sheep going on down, and there's guys on horseback running on through, and then they keep on going this way and this way, they keep on going. It looked kind of like this. So here's it looks like some lunch from the, let's see if we can play this video here.
Yeah.
Where's my audio? I want to turn my audio down. So there you go. You can see the goats are running around. Oh boy. I think he's going to steal that car, man. So yeah, there's some goats there. There's some goats out there at 16 Trinity Square, if you guys know where that is.
Just think of all the cars that are going to get damaged by these animals jumping on them.
Yep.
It's making me think of Jumanji right now, the original one.
A plague of goats upon your town.
Yeah, we need a plague of goats for sure. All right. I need more beer. This is in my great state of Pennsylvania. Any other Pennsylvanians out there? So this is a lady locked up in a nursing home, and she runs out of beer, so she gets a sign saying she needs more beer. And the faithful people came through for her. She had a beer delivery, so now she's out there with her walker and her Coors Light, all excited. She got some more beer. People were allowed to bring her beer, apparently. I'm going to leave it outside the window. Of course, in a more tragic note, there was a guy got arrested because he was outside his wife's window, and because she was locked into the nursing home, he wasn't allowed to go in. Like, you're not allowed to go in and visit your wife. Okay, let my wife out.
I think I've seen the videos before he got arrested of him talking to his wife. Did she have dementia? Like she had like a mental impairment, maybe?
I don't know, but she was in a nursing home, and he was not alled to visit her, and so he was visiting her at the window. Kind of like your friend does when you're grounded.
Right.
But her plea for more beer was answered, and people hooked her up. So now she's throwing a college level party in the nursing home. All right. Now this was on my list.
Part of the normal diet.
This one was on my list before you sent it to me, Tech, but Tech also sent me this one. Dr. Fauci endorses Tinder hookups if you're willing to take a risk. You see, here's the thing. These states that keep on forcing us you have to stay inside. Guys, let me make my own decisions. Let me make my own risks, because here's a thought. Outside of my elderly neighbor, I don't even know anybody who's old anymore. Okay. Like, I don't visit anybody who's a super high risk of any of this kind of stuff. In fact, at this point in time, I generally don't visit a lot of people anyway. But I like the approach. At least he's saying, hey, understand the risks. And I'm okay with that. It's the same with using Google, using Windows, as long as you understand the risks. I don't care what you use. I just want you to know there's risks inherent in the software and stuff. So that's kind of the thing here. He's like, hey, you can hook up on Tinder.
Dark as Egypt.
I just want to say, when it comes to social distancing, this is literally as not socially distant as you can get.
Correct. Correct. And that's the thing. I'm okay with that as long as it's your choice. I don't want some coffee sneezing coming all over in my face. I don't want them before the human malware showed up on the scene. Okay? But it should still be my call. If I want to go and pack in tight like a group of sardines and listen to a guy preach a sermon, I should be allowed to do that. And I'm probably going to be wise enough to not, but yep. Go ahead, Tech.
I was going to say, preach, brother. Amen.
That's right. That's right. Get your bandanas, get your face masks, and spin around and go, amen, brother.
Get a Southern Baptist. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. I mean, we could always, if we want, we can invoke the church, we can invoke like the Ernest Angela, put your hand on my hand on.
Yeah.
And FYI, if you want to know the most famous person who's come out of that lunatic's church, look to Marilyn Manson. That's what that type of fake religion does to you, by the way.
I don't know. Marilyn Manson went crazy way before he got to him.
What's that? Yeah.
You're saying Marilyn Manson went to
Ernest Angela's church. That was his home church, yes.
holy
Oh,
kind of makes sense.
I heard.
I'm telling you, right?
I heard Marilyn Manson's producer give an interview one time, and because he was scouting basically like the underground like bands where they play in the groups, like the dive bars and stuff, and he described the insane crap that Marilyn Manson did on stage, and I was like, oh my god, it's like somebody thought this man was a good idea for a record deal. Turns out he was. He's still crazy. But he's good for money.
Oh yeah. I mean, he makes Ozzy Osbourne look pretty tame,
He does.
Yeah, and for the record, I have read both of their autobiographies. Of the two of them, Marilyn Manson's definitely a little crazier.
You are braver
but
than
that's
I.
really though what happens when false religion gets you. So yeah. But yes, Tinder's okay, guys. Tinder's okay. So you guys can carry this article around with you. If the police are like, "What are you doing?" I'm going to my Tinder date. You can't do that. Yes, I can. Dr. Fauci, the expert, endorses it.
As long as I accept the risk. All you have to do in your Tinder dates nowadays, like your Tinder profile, just put in there is just like, willing to risk the human malware and just swipe right on everybody. You'll eventually find someone.
All right, Simple Tech. What was that?
Oh. It's like connecting and disconnecting apparently, so maybe he's gonna come back or.
Oh, you're. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't see he left.
A little at you.
All right. All right. What's the next one here?
Now he's back, I think. Yeah.
All right. We'll catch you in a minute. Police encourage social distancing by dressing up as the human malware itself.
Okay. Well, I don't know how that would help. Would probably just contaminate everything even more.
Can the world just end now? I got an idea. Let's turn all of the factories way back up and let's accelerate this global warming climate crisis. Let's see if we can cut that 12 years to mass extinction down to like 3 to 6.
I'm just saying, if the theory is that the human malware goes away come summer, we need these factories online, putting out as much heat as humanly possible, messing up the atmosphere so we can trap all that heat here on the Earth.
I'm telling you.
We'll end up like Venus. It'll all be sulfuric acid. There won't be any diseases at all. I mean, there probably won't be anybody at all, but that's not the point. We're here to eliminate the diseases.
That's right. And if we eliminate the human race, we will have effectively eliminated the diseases.
The biggest parasite there is.
Yeah, you just need to change water to isopropyl alcohol.
There you go. So yeah, they're dressing up as the human malware itself. Look at this thing. Mommy, I want to go hug the viruses. Stay socially distanced, kids.
Yeah. No, everyone is doing online classes now. I have to do online classes and everything. It's fine, especially for me, but for other people, it's definitely difficult, especially if you're going to college for plumbing.
Well, here's the fun thing, though. Here's the fun thing, though, is that even the tech schools, though, are closed down and they can't get anywhere. So, like, a friend of mine just finished all of his work, all of his certifications, can't find a job because nobody's holding interviews, because nobody's allowed to hold interviews. So even the essential employees are losing out. So to talk about how bad it is, the hospital where my mother works keeps on laying people off, but they're not allowed to hire new people. And as people are leaving for, retirement or whatever else, they can't hire the staff to come in, and they're about to lose half of their staff who are agency nurses where the contract expires. And so what's that hospital going to do with no people? And the same thing, though, is happening with my friend. He's got all his certifications. He's got the EPA certified. He's got all the other certifications for a few of the other manufacturers. Simply nobody's allowed to hold an interview right now to hire an essential employee. It's like, that's how ridiculous this is.
Well, at least for what I'm doing in programming and things like that, I'm all about in technology, so you can work online and just do from programs and stuff. There's nothing really stopping me, at least for me.
Online is just fine. You can hold interviews online, and that's good. Anyway,
if you're coding, next one. I'm telling you, being a plumber is going to be more valuable than coding in 5 years.
It might be.
You wait and see.
Except, is it Pascal or COBOL? I think it's COBOL. There is a shortage of COBOL programmers right now, and so IBM is training them for free.
Weird, yeah.
Yeah, there's when I worked for the Department of State, we had one guy who was a COBOL programmer who was getting paid well over 6 figures just because he was the only guy they could find to maintain these old systems.
Yep. Well, here's an idea. I might as well actually learn it because I do like old technology. Like, seriously, I have old equipment and everything.
Go see if you can get into that IBM program to get IBM training and certification.
Right.
And here's the thing, World of Linux, from what I've always been told, now I'm not a developer, but it is true, and I can already start to see it being true with HTML and CSS even. If you learn one language, the next languages that you learn, you understand the concepts, variables, and all of which comes with it, it becomes so much easier to learn that second language. So don't get hung up on Billy Bob over here telling you to run this, do this language. This language is not cool anymore, and switch and switch and switch. Focus on the one language. Be dedicated with that language. Learn it inside and out. Then everything else will take care of itself. Don't get caught up in the hype.
So as of right now, I am doing C++, so that's what I'm really concentrating on. So
that's a good
that's
one.
probably the best. Yeah, that's the best thing. So I'm already doing that. Yep.
All right. Next one. Coronavirus mom makes girl 5 wear sign on the back in the supermarket so she won't be shamed. This is what you people over there in the UK are turning into. So the sign she has on her back says, she should have a sandwich board, one on the front, one on the back. I am only 5. I can't stay home alone, so I have to go and buy groceries with mommy. Before you start judging, stay back 6 feet. Is there a world where people would recognize that you can't just leave your 5-year-old children home alone to go to the grocery store?
Yeah.
So this is in the UK?
This is UK, yeah.
I'm just amazed they're using feet instead of meters.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it's not UK, because you know what else is mom. It also says mom. It would say mum if it would say mum if it was UK. So the site's from UK. Maybe this is not the UK. My apologies. Yeah. Good catch on that. So where is it at? I don't know where it is. Yeah, I don't know.
No,
apparently it's probably not.
License plates on the car pictures.
All the cars are on the sides though. Were there more cars somewhere?
I just saw the one. I'm behind on the live stream, so.
Oh, yeah, I don't see any license plates. It definitely though does look more like America than UK. Honestly, from all that. So anyway, UK plays some. All right. In talking about though the things that happen to the weird shifts in business going on everywhere. This baker figured it out. This is over in Finland. He did not want to finish being a baker, so this Finnish baker came up with a new idea. Novelty toilet roll cakes kept him in business. So you can see these guys here. These are actually cakes. And they're just made up and decorated to look like toilet paper rolls. He said as soon as he started putting these out, they started selling like mad. So opportunity, these these types of crises provide you some opportunity to go on as well, and so that's your thought. So what do you guys think? Would you buy a toilet paper cake?
No.
Toilet paper cake.
I mean, it's just a cake decorated like toilet paper. I mean, I'd buy it if it's good.
Oh, I'm just really picky about my cakes, but that's just like
Toilet paper cake?
It's a professional cake. From a professional baker. It's got to be good. It's just elaborately
it
decorated.
looks good. I mean, it's like really well designed. I mean, it was wonderful.
It's just a little.
Here.
You're just hoping it's not like a hot fudge cake inside, right?
Right, I was about to say.
Brownies.
Inside.
But what about a Dairy Queen cake? You know, one of those ice cream cakes and everything? That's what I really like. Instead of normal cakes. So because that's just my preference.
Yeah.
Especially if it has a lot of sugar. That's what I like.
Yeah, that's good. All right, a couple from Huffington Post of all places, but they do have good funny news. I have to give Huffington Post that. People share their self-isolation struggles with a new hashtag. I knew I had cabin fever when.
Oh Lord.
All right, I knew I had cabin fever when I whispered to my hand sanitizer, "You're like a son to me."
Okay, come on.
Come on.
They're just copying stuff from Star Wars and just like rehashing stuff and just changing the words.
It's
That
Huffington
sounds
Post.
exactly
Did you
like-
expect anything mind blowing?
Not top tier journal, friend.
No, not at all.
Let's see. I knew I had cabin fever when I started naming all the cushions on my sofa with different days of the week, so I don't wear out just one.
Oh
my God.
I'm just amazed that they've got a couch with that many cushions on it. It's a big couch.
Well, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, it's their mom's couch, really. I watched the entire season of West Wing on Netflix, but watched it through my neighbor's living room window. We all enjoyed it. That's from Jimmy Fallon, I guess? I don't know.
It's cheap enough, unless if you have bad internet connection, but...
Yeah, well, I knew I had cabin fever when I started a brawl by putting beers in every room of the house. A bar crawl when I started.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh boy! I knew I had cabin fever when my daughter started making hats for all the cats. Now the cats are plotting our demise.
Okay.
What do you think, Kitty? Are you plotting my demise? He's like, yes.
Cats are always plotting your demise, even when there's not a human malware breakout.
Yeah. This is true. All right. Oh boy, we see a picture from Office Space here. All right, let's see. I knew I had cabin fever when I was jealous of the characters on NBC This Is Us who were allowed to be together at a birthday party. Like it was NBD. What's NBD? Oh, no big deal. Okay, I got it. Sorry, I'm a boomer. It takes me a while to catch on to these things.
Yeah, even acronyms, I don't completely get them. Like, I have to read a couple of times and try to figure out. Eventually I do, but sometimes I just don't get it at all.
Oh God! All right, when I had made a new daily schedule, quarantine meal schedule: 7 a.m. breakfast, 7:15 dessert breakfast, 8:30 panic snack with news, 9:45 chocolate, 11:30 snack while standing up staring, till lunch with small dessert, post nap luncheon.
Snap luncheon, I like that one.
Oh boy! All right, and now of course. With we're going on a month now, so people are getting a little bit shaggy. Some people are laying, I can't be shaggy. I got to cut my hair. We have 18 photos of disastrous quarantine haircuts you all need to see.
Oh man.
Okay,
my God.
All right. Number 1, I let my 5-year-old son give me a haircut. Oh God.
Oh, the cringe. Seriously.
Yeah.
Let's see again.
I mean, global pandemic is bad news for a lot of businesses, but it is really bad news for my barber.
So the first one was that bad, exhibited that kind of reaction. Oh,
Yeah.
well.
I'm wondering how well they're going to go. Let Lorna cut my
No.
hair tonight after she finished. She said it looks good from a distance. Thank bleep for social distancing.
Oh,
1,000 miles away.
Okay, come on.
Struggling right now. Not major blankies. But yeah, boy, blankied up. Decided to give myself a Corona cut, and thought my trimmer could make it through. Incorrect. It died 3/4 of the way through. I have to be at work in less than 9 hours. Here are the results. Oh.
I thought about it because I've got clippers that can cut my hair real short. I thought about doing this, but now I'm concerned. Like I'm scared now.
Just do it on the weekend when you don't have to go into work for a while, right?
I'm
So
working from
far,
home already.
so far,
I think we
so
can
bad. Yeah, go ahead, Simple.
I was just saying, I think we can all say hairdressers are essential workers.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
no
I'm
kidding.
growing a mullet. Then I'll just have to hire the mullet removal services later. All right, so far, so bad. Hashtag Corona cut. Oh boy. Is it growing any? Maybe. I cannot bring myself to look at my skull and my handiwork. Please don't tell me. Oh. I think he legitimately did use a bowl, didn't he? That's a bowl cut like there's no tomorrow.
Just did not work out, buddy. Try again.
When the quiff needs some downtime. Oh,
yeah, that bolt is
That one
terrible.
really didn't work out.
Oh, and it's lopsided.
yeah. Oh, when left with dad for an hour. Oh boy. Sorry, kid. These are bad.
What?
These are bad. Before and after. I'm telling you, I mean, my hair's bad, but it ain't that bad yet. It
I
ain't
love
bad
the
enough
page
that I'm
of
going to
official
take this
Corona
into.
cute.
I have
Well,
long hair in my
my
past. I can have long hair in the future.
Mm.
This was a
Well,
huge
my
mistake.
hair isn't
for
that
everyone.
bad. It's just hairs.
Good Lord, he's got pigtails.
When you let 3 teenagers cut your hair and beard and leave it for the weekend.
How can you be this bad at cutting other people's hair?
I don't know.
Just buzz it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom, yours looks nothing as bad as these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of these
definitely.
you're wondering if they just intentionally did them bad to get the Corona cut hashtag and get social media stuff. I'm starving for attention. Let me cut my hair bad just for the
Yeah,
sake.
that's what I was thinking because it's just like so generic. It's something they're already seen before. You could just like copy and paste something that would be entirely similar, and then you got yourself content.
Yeah.
That's what they usually do.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and feed the kitty, and
Looks
we are
like
going
he's
to
got a
do our final words here, so we can feed the kitty. And I have a stream coming up in 45 minutes. So
Goodness.
let's see
last
who's
guy
first.
showed
Simple
him
Tech.
again.
Hey, kitty, don't moon people, kitty. People want to see the cute end of you, not the ugly end of you. All right, Simple Tech. What's your final thoughts?
Thoughts. I don't know. Nothing
right.
in particular. Check my YouTube channel out.
All right.
I'll have a video. The
You're over there at,
never-ending video
you're
should be
at,
uploaded soon.
Are you at youtube.com/SimpleTech?
As far as I know, I hadn't
Go ahead and
recorded
drop a link
anything
to
in
it
a
in the
while.
chat if you want.
Yeah, I guess I could.
Who's up next? I think Tech, you're next, right? So Tech, final words.
Stay away from the Clippers, kids. And Florida, both. Just.
And
Don't.
if you are a kid in Florida when your parents are coming to you with clippers, run in terror.
I wonder what the Venn diagram is of Florida and bad haircuts are. Like, what does that right now look like?
Yeah. All right. And World of Tech, your final thoughts.
World of Linux. but anyways, on the internet, we can find so many good things and some really weird things, and apparently we stumbled across some really weird things. And right now, I'm just having a little bit of cringe. I just can't process it, so that's what I'm thinking right now. Usually that's what's happening. But yeah, that's the internet.
That's the internet indeed. All right. So I posted the link. I will be on my other channel tonight where we'll be talking about eternal food. So you can have it on over there. That is a Christian channel. So if you are curious about that, come on over. Or if you like that type of content, come on over. If you're a total atheist, agnostic, and you completely hate anything having to do with it, probably don't click the link. But that's entirely all up to you. All right,
Well,
guys.
I lost a subscriber.
Oh, you did. You did. No, it was me.
I haven't.
All right, guys. We will
It's
see you
fair.
guys.
I earned it.
Just another thing as well. Tomorrow afternoon, sometime targeting somewhere maybe 2:00, maybe 3:00. I'll know more tomorrow. I will be doing a live reading of the new free short story called Lockdown. It will be the first and the free promo release for the new publishing group, which is called Worldware Press. And that is my science fiction publishing arm of my indie company. So I think I might actually start saying, hey, if you're writing science fiction and you'd like to be published by an indie company, I might be taking submissions soon. So you can listen in over there. We'll see how it is. So keep an eye on the channel for that. And we'll see you guys otherwise tomorrow night for the weekly news roundup.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.